This is Proverbs 24 and how it relates to cheerleading. Can you believe we're at day 24? This verse, we're going to talk verse 3 through 7. So bear with me as I read this. By wisdom is a house built, by understanding it is made firm, and by knowledge are its rooms filled with every precious and pleasing possession. A wise man is more powerful than a strong man, and a man of knowledge than a man of might. For it is by wise guidance that you wage your war, and the victory is due to a wealth of counselors. For a fool to be silent is wisdom, not to open his mouth at the gate. All right, more talk about wisdom. Proverbs is all about wisdom, right? So in cheerleading, we need to know what our body is feeling and doing and how it is supposed to move through motions. And that's true with any workout. The way that I work with people is teaching people how to understand what your body is doing in space. What does it feel like at your feet, at your knees, at your hips? And most of the time, we kind of just brush it off because subconsciously we just keep going through the motions. And that gets us well into our movement, and it's very helpful for sure. But if we can understand why we're doing something, if we can understand what it's supposed to feel like, then we'll know better how to pull a heel stretch or how to pull a scorpion or a needle. You shouldn't feel pressure and pain and pinching in your back. It should feel like some pull in the front of the hip, but as your mobility improves, that stretch should go away. When you are basing, if you're feeling a lot of compression in your back and you learn how to move your hips to get your ribs down and your pelvis level so that you can get under and really get your core stable without feeling like you're tensing everything, you're going to have more stability to be able to hold up a stunt. And in tumbling, if you know where your arms should be in a handspring and where the pressure should be in your upper back and what it feels like when you're working like a walkover. Does it feel like you're moving through your shoulders? Can you feel your body as you're doing it? When it's happening quick, it shouldn't happen. But as you're training and as you're learning, it's important to learn what your body is supposed to feel like and how it is supposed to move through each aspect of what you're doing, whether it be a tuck jump or a toe touch double back, or I may have just made that up, or, an advanced elite stunt. It's not knowing what it's supposed to feel like as you're doing it is important. Also, knowing the difference between what a stretch feels like and what an ouch pain feels like. If you have had surgery at all and you've gone through, if you've ever had an ACL reconstruction, you get to that point where it's a nice, easy stretch, or you get to the point where it's burning and intense. We don't want to go to the burning and intense for a stretch. We want it to be gentle and subtle. The same thing goes for our shoulders, for our hips, and your ankles and everything. So it's important to know and be wise about what does it feel like. And if you don't know that, seek guidance for that. Because as this says, a wise man, for it is by wise guidance that you wage your war. By getting guidance by people that know how to teach you how to move, you wage your war against injuries, right? You wage your war to progress yourself forward and to make your body move and feel better. A wise man is more powerful than a strong man, and a man of knowledge is more than a man of might. If you know what you're supposed to do and you can feel your way through it and you can train your body to get there, part of learning wisdom and gaining understanding is training. And that's practice and repetition. And it's also exploring movement outside of practice and taking that ownership outside of practice to be able to see, what does it feel like when I tighten my thigh? What does it feel like when I pull a heel stretch? Am I feeling it in the right spot? And the more you can learn about what your body is supposed to feel like, you're going to be more powerful so you can base and stunt and hold better. And coaches, when you learn how to teach your kids how to feel this and how to train their bodies the right way, you're going to be more effective as a coach when you start teaching them. I think it's important to learn what it feels like on the ground, what it feels like tense a muscle. But when you're giving them cues of, explode off the ground, or push away like a rocket, those are going to be more external cues and more helpful than like tighten your muscles and squeeze your butt as tight as you can. When we can learn the right cues to use, that helps our athletes to tune into their body, but also to be able to know what it feels like and explicitly be able to do that, they're going to be that much better in the long run. Parents, same thing. Knowing, when is it okay to push, knowing the difference between, oh, they're sore after a workout and that's normal, or no, that's not normal. We need to get them more help and maybe get them to physical therapy or beyond, and holding them out. So we have to learn. We have to keep learning. We have to understand what our body feels like. Coaches and parents, I encourage you, learn what it feels like to do the activities you're asking your athletes to do. Because the more you know it, the more you can explain it to them. I never knew what it felt like to tip my pelvis forward and get that compression on my back until I started to actually explore what was good and what was bad and where I needed to focus more on. So, takeaway, be wise. That's how your base and your strong foundation gets built, and that's how you will get stronger and be better for your team, for your squad, for your coach, for you, so that you can cheer from today and beyond. Hope that's helpful. If this was helpful, please share it out and share the message of Proverbs and how you can listen to yourself, listen to your body, learn and be wise and be caring, and that will carry over into cheerleading and beyond. And if you have any questions, please reach out. You can always reach me at laura@movebetterllc.com, and I'm happy to answer any questions about movement that you have. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow for chapter 25.